Hi there, it's Rory Lemonade Osteopath here, and welcome to another Lymph Jam, weekly Lymph Jam number 8. So it's working with freedom. And what does that mean? Well, I'm just gonna explore whatever comes to mind, and with freedom to improvise, as it were. So if you haven't done a Lymph Jam before, there's other videos that you can look out for. Search Lymph Jam, and because there's some of these techniques that's to do with getting your lymph flow going that I won't necessarily explain in fully. So there's building, they're all building blocks to helping you get moving in a functional way, and the theory informs the practice with lymphatic health exercise, because we don't necessarily need to know about the lymphatic system. But when we do, and we have sort of a reason to want to be healthy, then understanding the lymphatic system really helps us to understand why we need to move. So really, practice can come in the form of yoga, qigong, tai chi, any kind of functional movement practice when you're being deliberately healthy whilst you're moving. And so that's really the aim of it. And there's more technical details to it. You can look at where the pumps are in the body, the big long lever pumps, as they're called, where it's the shoulder girdles or the calves, or the diaphragm. So keeping it nice and simple, and also look at how to affect metabolism. So breathing well whilst you're exercising or moving helps to build up the carbon dioxide, but not too quickly, giving you more access to the oxygen. So carbon dioxide is just as important as oxygen. So without further ado, go with how you feel, listen to the body, but don't do anything that's uncomfortable or feels uncomfortable. If you've got some kind of issue with moving, then don't push it. But what you can do is just be in your comfort zone and go small, and see if that changes over time as well. So let's just get going, and I'm just going to see what comes to mind. So first of all, I'm just going to do a little bit of tiny but fast shaking to protect the joints. When we move fast, we want to stay small, and we can go wide and long and slow to protect those joints too. So let's just move quite fast and just shake off some of the tension. And when you're not talking, chewing, laughing, singing, or shouting, then keep the mouth shut, tongue on the roof of the mouth, breathing through the nose, light, don't gush the air. So as you start to speed up, just keep your breath flow light as possible. If you need to breathe deeper, then breathe deeper. I'm talking about deep as in wide, and light as in breathing, so that you can't feel the air exchange happening too quickly. And if you need to breathe harder, then just do it a couple of times and then come back to small again, or light. Okay? Fast vibration really helps to start getting all of the outer cells of the body all exchanging the lymph. And go into a bit more of a bobbing, take a bounce, and it's tapping the heels, so you're coming up on bouncing, tapping the heels to create a little bit of shock going up the legs. And if you feel like a bit slow and tired, you can go as light as or slow as you like with this. I'm going fast because I want to use up some energy, but just go with your own rhythm and feel more comfortable. Breathing in slow. My hands are acting as the diaphragm, so, and out. A few breaths here. Okay, just to tap the body. I like to get the lymphs moving on the outside, peripheral cells shaking and vibrating, and then we do long lever pumps as a typical routine. Tap all around the body, really helps with the bone metabolism as well. Bones like to breathe too. And shock going through them really helps to stimulate different types of hormones that help with metabolism. All the ribs here. We stay quite still in our torso, so we need to wake up our torso quite regularly if we're holding phones, typing on screens. Tapping the shoulders here. Heavy but loose. Head. Jaw. You can use fingers, again sort of strong fingers but loose wrists. Tapping on the bones or below the cheeks, really nice. Waking up the sinuses. Breathing slow, light. You can either do mouse breath breathing, or you could do long and slow. Lower back, lean backwards, lean forwards, backwards notice, muscles softening and tightening again, and getting into different areas, getting into different tendinous parts, leaning backwards, the muscles of the buttocks all turn off, forwards, nice long, straight, heavy wrists. Let's shake the wrists. Again, just go nice and slow. Remember to don't gush the air. Let's go. Jelly everything. Or right, we're getting into more of a pumping rhythmic mode now. Throw your arms down. Don't push fast into the joints again. Just go where the range of the joints just naturally come to a stop. Don't bounce into the joints. Just go where it naturally stops. Out to the sides with the hands, crossover, flying V, bob. We've started to speed up now, so we want to try and slow down the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. This is one of my favourites to do in the morning, or if you only got 1 minute to spare. You can curl forwards a bit more if you want. Draining every single cell in the body, creating a pump. Let's just do a little bit of bouncing through our heels on the pads of our feet, kicking, or you can do it nice and slow. If you're feeling tired, wake yourself up slowly. Take the wrists again. Breathing light. Remember to come back to the breath. Light air exchange. Like if you were to put your hand near your face and try to not feel the air moving, coming out the nose. Okay. Another one that's great for just 2 minutes break, helping the torso to unwind. And just going to the point where everything naturally wants to stop. You can focus on twisting more the upper back where the shoulders are, or you could twist more through the mid back, drop down through the hips, get more of a longer, slower, and then a calf pump on the end. Let your arms bounce off your rib cage and your belly and your lower back. Pump the calf, stretch it out. Up and then down. You can bend forwards a little bit. Relax. Once you've got a motion, relax. Drop your muscles. Stuff can't drain if you're tense or holding yourself. You can also do it short, sharp shock version. If you start speeding up your breath again, just go light. Just tapping on the ribs, tapping on the kidneys. Okay, a little bit of walking on the spot, pumping all the inguinal lymph nodes and the pelvic region, getting that pumping. Reach up. Relax, don't push too hard. Just go to the end range and nicely squeeze it. Okay, how about a little reach out and just sense where the tightness is. Step down through the heel. Reach away from the heel, open up the hands, open up, and very light squeeze, very light floss, 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 floss. From heel to fingers. Kicking off. Okay, how about a super brain yoga squat? Crossing over here, crossing over here. I've explained these in other videos in more detail. We're just creating a big fluid change, so if you haven't done them before, just try 3 in a row. And we're going to breathe in, down into our belly, slowly as we drop into a squat, and the aim is to go as low as you can. It doesn't matter about as long as it's comfortable, and you can go as low as you can. If it's just here, that's fine. And you breathe in as you drop down. Crossing over here, creating pressure, pulling the earlobes out and down, and little bounce. Breathing out slow. And again. Breathe in as far as you can. Out. And again. See how you feel with those? It does get everything moving pretty quickly. And let's do one more. Breath of fire. Belly rubs. Find out where your abdominals are again. Oh, there they are. Give them a tap. It's typically done sitting down, but you can just drop through the knees a little bit, tilt the pelvis, which allows space for the abdominals to relax, tilt forward slightly through the back to give it space again, and then it's fire the abdominals. If you can't find them, just make your hand move and contract the abdominals. So it's just keep it relaxed. If you've got anything sensitive going on down here, obviously be careful with that. Right, so let's do a little bit of breathing in slow with arm movements. Dropping down through the knees again and coming up until you feel you're floating, but not kicking back completely fully. Just keep going until you don't notice that you're holding your knees and hips anymore. Bring your spine straight, drop into the heels, roll your shoulders back, breathing in slowly. Don't gush. Let your hands go, roll them forwards, drop the head, tilt the chin, breathing in. Find that point where everything feels at floating and your balance point is good. Breathing out slowly. And again. And out. Notice what you've done to your body now. Getting all that stuff moving. All the lymph and the blood. Old for new. Sensing sounds, sights, feelings. Feel what's good. Feel what's still feeling tense. Shift your perspective. Shift your weight. Find a balance point that suits you. Look into the heels or coming slowly forwards into the feet. And back again, find that balance point. Can you make that balance even more floating? Don't kick the knees back. Keep them slightly unlocked. Breathing in. Sink down slightly to breathe in with one more. Coming up. Full body motion of breath. Open up the shoulders. Drop back down. Decompress. Breathing in. Drop anything you don't need to be holding. One more time. Let's just give all your body a little bit of all your joints. Move everything individually. Play around with where feels a bit more tight, where feels free. Go with the freedom. There's a little bit of tightness here, so I'm going there but then coming away. Where does it feel most comfortable to be? And it shifts. Finish off with Garuda. So again, just coming up, sinking back down slightly, making sure there's space, pelvis to move, knees to move, not locked back, reaching their hands out. The hands are going to come up like this. Get your balance, sink down slightly, fall into your heels. Push the centre of your palms away from each other. Drop the shoulders, relax them, push away. If it's all too tight, come off slightly. And then go to the point where it feels comfortably stretching your forearms, your arms. This helps to really focus your meditative state. It's a very good posture to be clear of mind. Don't have to stay somewhere where you don't feel comfortable. Shift, come off, go back in. If it's comfortable but tense, relax into the tension. Be there with it. Breathe light. And then a quick shake off. A couple of jumps. And I didn't time it this time. Hopefully it's about 20 minutes. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know how you feel afterwards. Have a good day. Take care. And anything in the comments about eating, moving, breathing, and sleeping well. Any ideas about or tips that I could help with, let me know. If you want to send me a personal message then about anything that you're concerned with about your health that's more specific to you, then let me know. I'm here for listening. Take care. Have a good day.